Well, hello Dirtfish Rally friends. Saturday lunchtime here at the Acropolis Rally. It has been a dramatic morning for this man in particular. Let's find out why.
It's been pretty bad, that's fair to say. Obviously punctured in the first one, and then just towards the end of the stage we got a sudden loss of power, and we haven't been able to find the reason just yet, so hopefully the guys can shine a bit more light on that now.
What actually caused the puncture? Do you know where it happened?
Yeah, I know pretty much where it happened, so yeah, pretty disappointed with that.
That'd be a rock by any chance or something? Or
Yeah, sure.
And are the two problems connected? Do you think this issue with the car, is that connected to what happened with the puncture?
We can't see anything at the moment, but the guys need to have a look.
Obviously it's early days in the rally and we know you're not a man that likes to think too much about the bigger picture, but it's not great news for your championship, is it?
No, I mean it's quite clear it's pretty bad now, but you know we have to focus to try and put our heads to get a good feeling in the car, and that's it for the objective for the rest coming days.
Yeah, really tough times for Elfyn Evans. But do you know what? From Toyota's point of view, it got worse. A whole lot worse. Now, unfortunately, we don't have an interview with Taka-san. Why is that? Because he's up there in the hills somewhere. On the run, the first run through Tarzan, ripping a wheel off. Oh, from Taka's personal point of view, it's a disaster. From the team point of view, it is catastrophic. They are trying desperately to catch Hyundai, and this morning's shenanigans in the stages haven't helped them at all. What does that mean in terms of our overall standings after 3 stages here at the Acropolis Rally of Greece? Well, is anyone really surprised by who leads? It is Sebastian Ogier. He has been supreme out there this morning. Went with a different tyre choice.
It was not really planned to be on the lead from the starting second on the road, so for sure we can be very pleased with that. I think we optimized the tyre choice this morning and a little bit bolder than the others in that direction, and it was on the limit, but it worked, and yeah, I feel that there is not much more I could have done this morning. Yeah.
You obviously have 2 championships to think about now. The driver's going quite well for you this morning, but not the best morning for the team with Elfyn's problems and Taka stopping in that last stage. So I guess a word on that and how the team's morning's been.
Yeah, I mean, close to disaster, of course, to lose already 2 cars in the first loop of the rally. On our side, again, you know, there is not much more we can do, so we have to carry on like this and try to bring everything we can to the team. But yeah, it's definitely not a good start as a team.
Ogier's lead then over Adrien Fourmaux, just over 5 seconds his lead over Adrien Fourmaux. Fourmaux's done a great job out there this morning. He had his own issues.
You're arriving close to Elfyn Evans, only 8/10 off the pace.
Dude, I almost had it. Anyway.
What are you smiling about? Dude, I almost had you.
First stage this morning, dude, you almost had it.
Yeah, I almost had it, yes. We lost the hybrid on the first one. Then we had to carry on for the rest of the loop. So I'm quite happy to be second now. I'm quite happy with the morning, and we need to do the same this afternoon. We have been also disturbed by the dust with Elfyn when we were catching him because he had a technical issue. But for the rest, it was okay.
So you've had no hybrid for basically all the morning?
Yes, after 10k I've lost the hybrid and that's it. There was some really rough section, but it's really local in some parts. But the rest we can push, and it was quite okay. So I think it's just when we come from 3 fast gravel and smooth rallies, then you arrive in Greece with all the rocks, you're like, wow, but actually it's okay.
Well, do you know what? There's a couple of things we have to factor in here to Fourmaux's performance this morning. Yes, the lack of hybrid. We've seen that drivers can cope quite well with the lack of hybrid. It does cost you time. There is no question about that. But, and he didn't really complain about this, but it was an issue. The dust from Elfyn Evans' car. Evans was so much slower than anyone else, even in stage 3 with 4-minute gaps. Fourmaux and the dust were, well, they knew each other very well, shall we say. He was battling with the dust. How much did that compromise his ultimate commitment in those difficult stages? You'd have to argue that it did, costing him time. Fourmaux can look back very positively indeed on the morning's work that he's completed. So third then after 3 stages, let's Tanak. Just under 10 seconds off the lead, Tanak. A really decent return to the championship after that enormous crash that he had in Finland 4.5 weeks or so ago. Tanak's looked good out there. He's looked in control. Yes, he said in the 3rd stage that maybe he didn't quite have the right feeling with the car there, but Tanak is nicely poised. Our leading Hyundai driver, done a really solid job. Nothing too dramatic for Tanak out there. Is he pleased with how it's gone?
In the morning, yeah, just apart the dust actually was quite okay, not too rough and not too bad. But yeah, the last stage was very different surface and yeah, probably with the setup side we were far too protective. So yeah, we basically had no grip and like this it was very difficult to make it work in this stage. So also we were a bit safe side with tire choice. So yeah, I guess all this together was a bit difficult from our position.
Well, not too far behind Ott Tanak, it's his Hyundai teammate, Danny Sordo. Sordo took one stage to get into it this morning. He was a little bit hesitant through the opening stage, lost quite a bit of time, but through stage 2 and stage 3, Sordo found his way back into that Hyundai, and he did what we know he can do. Gravel, cleaning gravel, making the most of it, keeping himself very much in contention here and doing exactly what the team wanted him to do. And what about our third Hyundai driver, our championship leader, Thierry Neuville? Well, it's been a trying morning for him out there. It really has. Obviously, first on the road was an issue. He also had one or two problems with the car, but come back to service. He's seen the situation with the Toyota team. Will that change his approach for the rest of the rally?
The car is misfiring all the time. Since like into the stages, it works for roughly 8 to 10 Ks, and then it starts to bug, and yeah, we have misfires all along the stage. The last one wasn't a disaster, but the others was really bad.
Will Elvin's problems change anything for you, or is Seb the main target to look at?
No, I don't. Obviously, it's a shame for Elvin for sure, but it doesn't change so much for us at the moment.
Well, what about that epic battle that we were all anticipating in a WRC2? Well, it's very much panning out as we expected it to. Really close. Johan Roussel leads, Sami Pairi putting the pressure on him. Pairi did actually pick up a puncture this morning, and that cost him a handful of seconds. My goodness me, do you think we've had enough drama out there on the stages this morning? I'll tell you what, there was even more drama on one of the road sections. Well done, Luke Barry. He's saving the day for this little tortoise who was, well, rather dangerously finding himself right in the middle of the road until Luke came to his rescue. So, folks, we head back out. Sebastian Ogier has told us it might have been rough out there this morning, but that might be nothing in comparison to what we see on the second pass this afternoon. The temperature is rising. There's not a cloud in the sky. We might see 34, 35 degrees this afternoon. It is hard. It is abrasive. It is rock-strewn. There is plenty of action and drama to come here on the second pass of day one on the Acropolis Rally of Greece.